housekeeping slides to get us started. Just remember where your Zoom controls are located, and during the meeting, we'll keep our videos and off and muted unless a presenter asks us to unmute and talk. But other than that, use your Zoom controls to mute yourself and to adjust your audio settings if necessary, and to use your participant reactions to be interactive throughout the session. And if you need any additional technical assistance, please call the Distance Education Call Center to provide you that additional technical support during the session. And also make sure that your name in Zoom is as it is in the PD portal, because we want to make sure that you do get your credit for being here today. So double check that by checking your three dots next to your name in Zoom on the participants list, and you can rename yourself if you need to make that adjustment. Otherwise, we'll send you a little reminder in the Zoom chat to do that as well.
Can you put the slide back up with the phone number to call if you're having technical difficulties? Okay.
Absolutely, yes. And we'll drop that information in the chat as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And with that, we'll turn it over to our presenter today. We're really excited to have Valentin Guerra here with us today. And, oops, sorry. Oops, let me escape from that. Go ahead and take it away, Valentin. I'll stop sharing.
Thank you. Let me share my room. And let me see, where am I? I'm going to be sharing here. And I'm going to put the slideshow. Good morning, everyone. I know it's afternoon right now in Texas. Everything should be working right now. You can see my screen and you can see me, correct?
Correct.
Go. Perfect. So my name is Valentin Guerra, and today we're going to be empowering your teaching through a tool called MagicStudent from Magic School, and we're going to focus on adult education. We were just told, just make sure that if you have any questions, make sure that you contact the support, and it's open 7 days a week from 7 to 10. And you can also request for free training sessions from your PD specialist. A little bit about me, let me just tell you. Well, I'm an instructional technology integration specialist at PSJISD, that is FAR San Juan Alamo Independent School District. That's my main job. What I do train and provide professional development to teachers in our school district. And I also reach out to our region, and I do state and national trainings and conferences as well. In my part-time job, I'm a communication professor at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. And I've been doing that since about 2015. So I cannot realize that it's already been 10 years. I really enjoy what it is, instructional technology. And now with the revolution of artificial intelligence, that has been my focus. You have no idea what opening of doors in your own mind and your student minds artificial intelligence will do. And the tool that we selected today, it's specific for education, and it's going to be it has an umbrella of protection for education, and it allows you, using the student part, to see what interaction your students are having with the chatbot or the AI entity. One of the things about me that I love, I'm very passionate about traveling. So I do just finished an amazing trip throughout Southeast Asia. I went to India, Nepal, Indonesia, where my country's 47, 48th, and 49th. So I'm almost at 50 countries and super excited. I got to see my 6th world wonder, which was the Taj Mahal. And I flew around the Everest and the Himalayas. And it was just an amazing little day, 2-hour takeoff and landing, 30-minute flight. And when I'm not doing that, I'm trying to reach out like we're doing right now and pass whatever I have learned to everyone. I feel like sharing our knowledge and learning together is very important. You should have gotten an email yesterday to create a free Magic School account. If you haven't done so, you can scan this QR code and you're able to do it. You know what? Let me share the slides with you guys right now, because I was going to put a barcode so you can scan it, but I'm just going to put it on the chat. That way you can follow with the slides if you want. Other than that, also in here, there is a link for the resource folder that I'm sharing with you, with a lot of different resources in there. And that's pretty much the introduction. So let's start with the session. And I'm still trying to get this ready so I can share it with you. So what is the challenge that I feel we have encountered in adult education? And feel free to put it on the chat. What are your perspectives on this? Whoops. I feel like, because I do teach at the university, I do have adult learners, and I do teach and train and provide professional development to teachers in our school district, also to staff and administrators. They all have diverse learning needs. And one of the things that we do need to do is to reach out to them and focus on what their needs are individually and provide feedback to them in a timely manner, because if they're focusing on a learning at that moment, if we're not providing, the students that are younger are usually more able and willing to wait. Us as adults, we want to get things done. We are learning right now. I want to get my feedback. AI is going to help you with that automatically. We're going to be creating some amazing chatbot rooms that I hope is going to enhance your teaching. And you are going to be able to send me an email if you have any questions after this, or reach out to your instructors as well. We're here to support you through this learning. I know, and I'm sure that this is going to be new for everyone. So let's just keep our minds open, and let's keep our learners motivated and engaged through these chat rooms, chatbots. And one of the most amazing things about these tools is that you get your own assistant that is going to be able to help you create and generate ideas. Specifically, if we have a time crunch, you put exactly what you want, and it will generate those ideas from your thoughts automatically and make it the way you want it. Obviously, one of the things that I want you to know, anything that you're generating with artificial intelligence, it's based on the knowledge base that what is called as large language model is what the chatbots are built of, and there's several of them. Some of you might have heard of ChatGPT. Some of you might have heard of Gemini from Google, Copilot from Microsoft. Those chatbots they have a large language model in their background. So all the knowledge that they have, it's set in there. But there's different versions within them as well. Let's say that the information that they have is everything that we've talked about in the world from the beginning that we have until last January. So there's a bunch of things that happened from January to today that it might not have that information. You just dependent on the version that you're using. So one of the key things to do is always read the responses or the product that the chatbot or the AI is providing you to make sure that it's accurate, that you agree. The same thing goes with the responses or scoring that you might do with your students. You are the scorer. You are the human. You need to make sure that you agree. If you set up the parameters, if you set the prompt in, and if you create and provide a very good knowledge base to the bot, it will be a very good result. So we just need to be conscious about that. Always, first thing, whenever you get something from AI, read it, agree with it, and then you can provide. And if not, if you don't agree with it, change it. And the thing that I'm telling you with AI, what happens is it always gonna, it want to please you. AI is a pleaser. It's gonna want to give you an answer every single time, even if it doesn't know. So one of the things that happened, maybe if AI didn't have the knowledge of COVID, that could have been a thing that we're asking about COVID and it doesn't know, it's still going to provide answers, and it might be very inaccurate. We've seen out throughout the world people that used AI and they tried it to do for research and did not provide knowledge base. And by knowledge base, I mean providing documents with the information that you want, like standards, like one of the examples that I'm thinking about, there was a law firm that or a lawyer that were using to create and reference cases, but it just didn't provide, let's say, if you provide a library of cases as a knowledge base, then it will grab the cases from there. Well, it created cases and it cited cases with dates and other lawyers and people, and it was just made from scratch. It was not true. And people did get in trouble for that. I think they even lost their license. So just first thing, what was it? Put it in the chat. What do you need to do? The first thing that you get something from AI will be to do what? Let me see in the chat. Read and check, verify. Lovely. Austin Cron, if you cannot use your email, if you have a region 1 email, I know that they do, because I do know a lot of people that work there, but in case you're having issues registering, just use your personal email. Any email will be able to use for Magic School. And signing up, it will give you a free month of plus, and I'll show you the differences. I'm going to focus with the free version, but I will tell you what are the key differences between the Pro or the Plus and the free. Perfect. Fact findings. Let's continue.
Oh, it took my email address. It won't take the city.
Oh, okay.
The Region 1. I work for Region 1.
You work for Region 1. I think
And I also work for 2 places.
You might be able to add it. So if it's not in there,
I typed it in. It didn't. It says can't find it. Go back.
Okay, and if you cannot find it, you know what? Just use my district, Far San Juan Alamo ISD.
I used to teach there for 45 years.
Oh, wow.
At one time, I was the entire technology department.
Oh, wow. Well, I work for the technology department, so maybe I'll talk to some people and we'll discuss your work and how amazing your work. Thank you, Mr. Cron. So if you have any issues, just go ahead. You can type it in there in the chat, or just contact the tech department and then we'll be able to support you as well. Now, these are the objectives that we have for today. We're going to explore the MagicStudent free tool. We're going to be creating chatbots for using tools for GED and ESL, because that is your focus. And so it's going to be an introduction in Magic School and a focus mainly on MagicStudent. There's a little bit of difference, but it's the same environment. Then we're going to build a chatbot in MagicStudents to personalize writing feedback from your students. What we're going to be doing first is I'm going to be showcasing what it is. I'm going to let you try one that I built already. And then I'm going to be able to provide you step-by-step creation together. After that, we're going to be doing another chatbot. That this will be engaging and a digital engaging escape room for assessing your students. You can do it in any subject. So since we're focusing on writing and reading, we're going to be doing a digital escape room based on the standards for that. But as a teacher, I'm sure that you might teach different subjects. So you can grab what you're learning today and apply it to any other subject. The sample that I have is actually, I believe, in science, and you will see how it goes. And when we were going through the logistics of the digital escape room, you can theme it to whatever your students are enticed to. So I train and do PD. My main focus is elementary teachers. So a lot of the theming that I've done has been with things that have been happening recently, like Minecraft movies. So theme, all the language, everything goes through that. But we can do anything. I created a digital escape room themed to the Golden Girls, and so far I think that's been amazing. So we're gonna do a vote, and we'll see if we want to create a digital escape room today with the Golden Girls or maybe Friends, and we'll do a vote when it's time for that. And you're going to leave with some ready to use strategies, like a little make and take your own classrooms. And I'm going to share with you some templates already created where you can just go in and change the parameters or change the prompting. Now, if anything that I'm telling you, you do not understand the wordings, because I could become a little technical on the words that I use, like parameters or prompting. I will explain what prompting means and how it looks like. But if there's anything that you do not understand, just type it in the chat. If any of my the people that are here supporting me are able to answer it. If not, I have the chat open on the second screen, and I will be more than willing and happy to answer those questions. All right, so welcome to your AI assistant. Today, we're going to tour the MagicStudent dashboard and what it looks like. Let me see. It looks like this. I put two screenshots together, but these are the three focus that I want you to look at in the student area. We're going to be focusing on the writing feedback tool. We're going to focus on Reina, and we're going to focus on custom chatbot. And then in the bottom part, you see Reina. Now, let me just go ahead and exit the slide, and I'm going to bring MagicStudent, Magic School into here. So when we go into Magic School, you come in here and you will see Magic Tools here on the left. You will see Reina Chatbot, and then you see MagicStudent. So these are the three main parts of Magic School. So I want you to think about Magic School as an environment, or let's say a destination, where you have three main areas to work with. Magic Tools will be for you as an educator. What you can do with Magic Tools is you do have all of these pre-created tools that are specific for a product. So it will be an image generator. You can do a worksheet generator, a presentation generator, create a professional email. So you put your thoughts and then it will create an email professionally for you. Writing feedback. All these tools are already done. Think about them as a template. And what I mean as a template is, let me see with a show of emojis or reactions, who has used a chatbot so far? Have any of you already used ChatGPT? Have you used Copilot? Have you used Gemini? Perfect. I love that. Awesome. We have a lot of people that have a lot of experience. And for those of you who haven't, don't worry. What it is, we all use text messaging. Whoa, my voice left. We've all used text messaging. You're basically texting with this artificial intelligence, and you telling things that you want to do, or you're asking questions. So you can create or get answers from the large language model. So that is what ChatGPT does. You can even create images with them now. Bethel, awesome. We love newbies. I was a newbie, and I was asked once if I wanted to present for the AI conference at Region 1 in South Texas. And I was like, I just heard what AI is. I have no idea what it is. And I'm not going to be able to present on something that I don't feel comfortable about, that I don't even know how to use it. But trust me, you start, first thing to do, like anything that you do, is sit down, test it out, try it, and have fun. So this is Reina. This is the ChatGPT, the Gemini, the Copilot from Magic School. And like I said, Reina, it's your assistant. You can ask questions, you can build things with it, you can do research from pedagogy, and it's built in the environment of education. It always gives you a lot of prompting that you can do. So like hands-on activities for fifth graders, and you can do, but what I like Reina to do is I like the freedom of me be able to prompt. And what I mean by prompt is the way that you communicate with the AI. When you communicate to the AI, there's specific things you want to tell it so you get a correct answer. So when you're talking to Reina, you need to make sure that, or to ChatGPT, you tell different things. You want to give it a persona. So let's say, who is Reina supposed to be? That way, when it's creating something or providing you an answer, it takes the role of that person. So you are an ESL teacher. You are a principal. You're a director. You're a you're a scientist in botanical sciences. Anything that is specific. So then the chatbot puts that hat on, and the answers it provides, it uses that knowledge that that person or that persona should have. So first thing, the persona. Second, what is the purpose? So you need to tell it also what you're trying to achieve. Let's say that you want to build this hands-on science activities for fifth graders, but you want to give it, you could be a master science teacher, but you can also make it a professor in science from a reputable university. Whatever persona you want to give it, but you want to give it also the purpose. What is it that you're trying to achieve? And be concrete. Another one is length. So is persona, what you're trying to achieve, which is the purpose. Persona, purpose, length. What I mean by length. If we don't delimit how much we want or how little we want, it will do whatever it wants. So if you just want one activity, you need to tell it one hands-on activity. Or if you want two, how about questions? You're going to be creating a test or a quiz, and you provide the book as a PDF, and you want it to grab, I want you to create 10 questions from chapter 5 from this book as a professional test creator from TEA. Whatever persona you want to give it. Second, you want to put the purpose, and third, put the length. Let's say you want to create an essay, or you want to create a passage from scratch that your students need to read. You can do that. You can put the standards. You can tell it what to be focused on. Let's say you want to create a passage on world traveling, because I love world traveling. That will be focused on the differences in cultures. So this, and then a counter passage, you can even create two, so that you can evaluate both passages. So what is the benefits of traveling abroad versus what is the disadvantages of traveling abroad? And then you can create two, and then you can see which one is more important and provide them for something to write about in a prompt. You can also tell them to create the question prompt, like they will come in the assessments that your students need to take. So again, let me recap. When you're talking to a chatbot, the first thing you need to do is what? Type it in the chat. It is PPL. What is the first P? Persona, yes, or role, or whoever you want. Very good. The second P. Well, the prompt is what we're creating. The purpose, very good. We need to give it a purpose. Or I guess the product. It can be purpose or product. Think about it as, what is it that you want to build? This is like the main important thing. And like, if you don't put the purpose or the product, then it might not even know what to create. It will still create if you just put the purpose, but not the persona. But if we are very specific, is the best. So yes, prompt will have the purpose, the product, and then the L. What was the L? The length. Amazing. There's one more thing that I want you to focus and think about this. And now I'll give you a lot of information, but I'm going to show you how Magic School makes this even simpler. The learner, Mr. Cron, amazing. So the fourth and last, you can put more focus on the prompt, but the fourth and also very important is audience. So who is the chatbot creating the product for? And the reason is, I could be a professor, or I can be a teacher, or I can be a principal, and I have that voice because that's my knowledge. But who am I going to be creating this for? Is it going to be for students or for parents or for teachers? The language that I'm using for the three should be different. So that's it. Remember, PPL, what was the last one? Audience, PPLA, audience. Very good. So now with all that, when you talk to Reina, you can tell it, please, or you don't say, I have to say please. I used to say please and thank you a lot. And then I learned that I'm wasting a lot of water by using please and thank you. I was just thinking that I want to be nice to the AI. If they take over, they will be like, oh, spare him, because he was always nice to us. There was a lot of memes that showed about that. And I was like, well, they were thinking about me when I was using please and thank you all the time. But you need to do, as a high school principal, create a 2-page essay for 12th grade students about graduation, congratulating them about their achievement, and to prepare for their new life. Give the directions or provide information about the graduation ceremony. Oh my God, I don't even know how to type this morning. Graduation ceremony. I'm going to put a person and make it up. And then as a high school principal, what is that? So here, it created. Dear graduates, today marks a monumental milestone in your lives, your high school graduation. On behalf of your entire faculty, it made it amazing. Now, of course, something that you want to provide the information that is going to be in there, but look, it created everything. And you just copy and paste it and use it. So it is your assistant. But like I said, what is the number one rule or AI usage? What is the main thing you need to do when you use AI? Verify. Amazing. Thank you, Paula. All right. So now that I show you right now, I'm going to go back to Magic Tools. And I did tell you, these tools are amazing. So think about what you just learned. And it's very important because I want you to yes, Mr. Cron, yes, improving your writing, checking for spellings, that's great. The tools in here, so now I want you to think about the tools. The tools do the prompting in the background. When you open a tool, let's say the writing feedback tool, which we're going to be using in students, you put the grade level. So in here, this is what you're selecting, your audience. Who's going to be your audience? Professional staff, university students. Describe the assignment. In here, you tell them what the students are going to be doing. The type of rubric, you put the rubric in here. So this is giving that knowledge base. And here, when you put the feedback or rubric, is what the knowledge base is using to be able to provide that feedback. The assignment is what you want the AI to do. And additional instruction for feedback is more content based. You see here that it says add file and add file. if you do have files that are, I will suggest using PDFs, you can attach them in there and it will do the feedback. And then instead of the writing, you want feedback on. So for example, if you're going to be using a reading passage, you will put the reading passage in here. So we know like the students read this. We have the rubric in here in the feedback rubric, but this is what they read. We need to provide what they're reading so we can provide feedback on that, on the content that is there. And then you generate it. What it's doing in here, how I think about it, or I rationalize the tools. It's a template. It's a template that has everything that we need that we want to achieve. And it does the prompting in the background. Let me turn off the ringer on my phone because I get distracted really easily. All right, do you understand what I just explained? We kind of understand a little bit of what Reina or any chatbot does, correct? And that is correct, Liz. Paula, you can use, that's why we differentiate instruction. And one of the cool things, when you use Reina, let's say that you want to create a reading message or the same activity, but in different levels. There's a tool for that. You can create the activities in different levels. You select, like Liz was saying, the grade level that you feel like that adult learner is at. But now, another thing is like when you're in Reina, if you decide to go crazy and excited like me, that I like to my freedom, that's why I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android device. I like my freedom. You type in here and you can tell it, you know, the product. I don't want just one essay, or I don't want just one activity. I want 3 activities. I want an activity at level, I want an activity at below, and I want an activity at above level. You can even be more specific. I want an activity for an adult learner that is at a 5th grade reading level. And that's great. You can create this. What it will do, you're giving that audience in there, suggesting that you're telling that the audience is an adult learner at a 5th grade reading level. So the words that is going to be using are not going to be as intense or as higher learning words as if it were used with a university student. Perfect. So now, tools. Question, give me thumbs up. We understand how more or less to talk to the chatbot. Where is this Reina, ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot? Are we good? Got it. Perfect. So now, did we understand how the tools are doing? So Magic School, what it did, it was like, you know, I want to make this easier for teachers, for educators. They work really hard, and the prompting could be very confusing because this is still kind of new. If you don't understand how the prompting works, then you could be using AI and you're like, oh, all the answers are not good. I have to redo everything. We just need to be very specific on what we ask with AI. And what they did, they creating these tools. So we just provide the information that the AI needs, and it creates all the prompting for you in the background. Cool. So now that we moved from Reina to Magic Tools, let's go to MagicStudent. So I'm going to show you the MagicStudent tools. So you see there's teacher tools, there's student tools. There's a lot of tools. And a lot of them are very similar in teacher and student. But some of the ones in teacher are not in student, and some of the ones in student are not in teacher. Usually the ones in student, there's a bunch of really good focus, like the AI tutor. I don't think this one is in teacher. The character chatbot, step-by-step guidance. So when you do this, when you see these tools, I want you to just remember everything that I showed you with teacher tools. Well, this is the same thing. You're able to edit this specifically for usage with your students. And what you see here that it says rooms, Rooms is a site that you as the educator, you have control to what tools you allow your students to use. You can use one tool just if you want, if you don't want to get them distracted, and I will support your decision in that. But let's say that you're going to be creating an activity for them that you want to do an escape room, but also the tool, like let's say the two tools that we're going to be creating right now, which is a digital escape room, and we're going to be creating a writing feedback tool. So we can put those together in one room, or we can do two different rooms separate. What that will happen is you will create the room and you will select the tools that you're going to be doing. So MagicStudent is very similar to the tools. It's just a different environment. As a teacher, you have a teacher side where you can go and see your student responses on every single tool. You go in there and you can see the interaction that they had with the AI and the product that they're creating. You also get alerts if they're not doing something correctly. And this will be where your students are adult learners. I hope that they're not trying to be silly and trying to find, but sometimes I have seen things that they're cry for help from students. And it might be good for you to know if a student is trying to get some help and they just feel more comfortable talking to an AI than talking to a human being. So you're able to see a lot of different things. If they use bad words, but they're adults, who cares? In grade school, we do want to talk to them, but your students are adults. They're not doing any damage if they are using bad words with the AI, but you do whatever you need to do. Is your responsibility. You're the teacher. There's a lot of cool, fun things in the tools here as well. The character chatbot, if you're talking about history or if you're talking about a book, you can create the character chatbot to be a storybook character or a historical figure that your students can chat. So they will have the knowledge base of that person and they will talk to it. I want you to think about this. I told you that I work at a school district and I oversee, we have 28 elementaries, I oversee 14, but my counterpart and I, we work together on everything and we send everything district-wide. We created a character chatbot to talk to Santa. Super simple. That was December. And we had a lot of usage. You can put a voice in the character chatbot, or actually in any response feedback, the student can click on the speaker and it will be read aloud. But MagicStudent allows you to select from 4 distinct voices. Of course, I use a male for Santa, and it was great for the students. We do have a huge English language population, English language learner population, and some students responded in Spanish, and Santa started talking to them in Spanish, and if they press the speaker, it spoke in Spanish fluidly. So it's a really cool tool to use. If you have students that need additional help, you do have the tools over here on the right that will allow them for here. So a safe seizure profile, vision impaired profile, ADHD profile, you can turn all these on for your students and it will allow them. And for them, they can adjust it with scaling the content, making the font more readable, text magnifying, using highlighted links, adjust the font. All these tools are built in within MagicStudent. You're able to use them and set up some of them, and your students are able to use some of them on their own. Jacqueline, that's a really good question. I'm like, it shouldn't be restricted to a male voice of Santa. Unfortunately, our history has shown that Santa has been male, but we could use a female voice for Santa if you want. Your creation is the limit. You can do anything you want. And then, let's see. So let me go back to my slides. I'm going to just minimize this. And let's talk about the writing feedback chatbot. So I want you to focus on how many of you have to grade essays or student answers, and you have a bunch of students in different classes and you're like this, like eyes wide open, and you don't want to do it anymore. And I understand that. Now, Unfortunately, it is your responsibility. But what I do want, you can create a chatbot. The one that we're going to be creating in there is for student use. So they get immediate feedback. Remember how we're adult learners and we want to be able to learn right now and get feedback on what we're writing? We're going to build the parameter for the students using it. They can get feedback on their writing and practice. So like, let's say they put their essay response, they get feedback and a score, maybe if you want, from the chatbot. They can internalize it, post-prompt. So that means respond with another answer within the same chatbot and get another feedback and keep on going by immediate feedback. I feel like this is going to be amazing for you and for your students. But another side of it is you could take this chatbot and create one for yourself where you're getting a second rater. Remember, when you're getting product, when you're getting an answer from AI, the number one rule is to verify and read and agree. So I don't want you to take a writing feedback chatbot on your own to grade your students and not even read them. Please read them, agree with them, and use them as a second rater. You should be able to read it and agree and rate it yourself, and then read what the chatbot produced. And they're like, oh yeah, I didn't notice this. Oh yeah, he didn't do this in here. And then you will be able to get a different feel, especially when you're getting to essay number 20 or essay 30, it gets a little, it gets a little too much and my eyes get cross-eyed sometimes. So this is what the first thing we're going to be creating. Let me make it big again. We're going to go on a step-by-step on how to create the writing feedback bot next. This looks a little different. I told everyone, I told the guys, Gareth, I'm sorry, that I was going to change this. I got super busy with work and then I came over on my trip right now. But I'm going to show you live how this is going to be looking. And I will edit the slides. So when you get the copies, you get an edited screenshot in here. Magic School actually revamped the whole environment and it looks a little bit different, but it's ultimately still the same environment. It's just the looks are a little bit different. So one of the first things we're going to do is create your feedback bot. So when you create your feedback bot, I like to come up with a good name. And the cool thing is that you can use AI to help you come up with different names for your chatbot. Then write the brains in the instruction. So in here, in the instructions for the chatbot, this area over here, this is the prompt. This is when we're talking about the prompt. You will have to be using you are an expert feedback, essay feedback professional. Create a title on something that you want the chatbot to do. Using the rubric that is attached, please read, please read, evaluate, and provide feedback to every student response. Don't worry. I use AI to create my prompts and make it better. And then the knowledge base, which is optional content, but I will tell you, put it in there. The one that I created for this session, I am allowing you to upload an essay first thing when we go in there. And that way you're able to, you get the essay in there, you're able to allow your students, like if they were going to be practicing on different passages and different responses, then you can just have them go in there, put the essay, and then put your response. But you can just create it with the essay and the prompt built within in the custom chatbot. Instructions and knowledge base is very important because this is the bulk of information. So this is an example of the prompt, like score student essays based on the rubric and chapters provided, provide feedback on content accuracy, coherence, and grammar. So this is a good prompt, but it's not perfect. It's not using the PPLA. It's not using what is the the voice or the persona. And when you provide feedback on content and accuracy, I still want you to put in there a rubric that you're going to be using. Let me see it, Jacqueline. Is it possible to develop chatbots that correlate with fictional characters? It will be terrific to integrate reading activities with a bot that is similar. Yes, you can tell it. I'm not kidding. I'm like, it can be, you can create kind of like a customized character chatbot for feedback. And then you can just tell her, I'm like, you are Harry Potter. But you're also, I will give it a double persona because you still want him to be an expert on whatever subject you're trying to do. All right, let's go in there. So I'm going to show you the demo, and I'm also going to copy the link so I can share it on the chat. So you will see this. What I want you to do, just type your name. I'm going to put Valentine. You will join the room. And this is actually an actual chatbot that I created for my university students. They need to read chapter books and then not chapter books, chapters of the book. And then they need to answer to the questions. So this is a journal question writing feedback, provide the response to the journal question, then be graded. The question was disclosure in developing relationships for assignment. For this assignment, recall a conversation you had with someone you have never met. What did you talk about the conversation with people you first met or with whom you have never had a previous conversation? What topics did you discuss? How did the other person respond to your self-disclosures? So the main thing on this chapter was self-disclosure in communication studies. Self-disclosures are things that other people wouldn't know. Lesson in communication studies, unless we're telling them. So you know how we can get, we as humans, we perceive things from people. Well, when we self-disclose, those are things that people cannot tell about us just by looking at us. How do you feel you should respond when a person discloses information about you? So you can go in here and you can create a response. So the first question was that they have to answer to all first question. So what did you talk about in messages? We discussed about, oh, just to let you know, I did took a weekend trip and I came to Vegas. So I'm going to do something that I had a conversation on the airplane on the way here. We discussed about what to, let's see. Let me see if I can just use this. So this is another tool that I wanted to show you too. As a student or as a teacher, you can use your microphone and they can be just speaking. So I'm just going to talk and tell my response so I don't have to type. I don't know if it wants to do it or not. I guess I'm going to have to type. Let me see. I was in an airplane yesterday on my way to Vegas, and the person next to me was inquiring what to do when we were here. We have never discussed anything before. So I did tell him that there are several things that they can do. It was his first time to come to Vegas. And I advised to go to shows. That's some of the things that I really enjoy. He responded positively of knowing that I enjoy going to shows like Cirque du Soleil. That was something that he didn't know about me, because that's something that you cannot just tell by looking at me, that I enjoy going to shows. I feel that we do need to respond positively and be open to other people's experiences and likes. Who are we to judge? So since this was the first time we conversed, we started talking even more. So our perceived closeness to each other was pretty high. Our immediacy in this relationship was growing. He started discussing also about his girlfriend. That was the second time, and they were going to be here celebrating her birthday for the weekend. Even though it was really superficial level in the social penetration theory, it's starting getting a little intimate with details about the girlfriend's birthday and things that they might want to do while they're in Vegas. They also told me the area and hotel they were staying and discuss them possibly hanging out or getting a cup of coffee later. Okay, so I think that was a lot faster than me typing it. So that will be the response. And feel free right now, test it out. Uh-oh, what happened with my rubric? The rubric should be in your knowledge base. There we go. Very good, Gareth. I agree. Sometimes I can type faster too. So there's a requirement in the rubric that it has to be at least one page. So if you're using this to score yourself, let's say this is a whole page, provide all points for length. And I need to provide more specific theory and application examples. The technical writing was great. I guess my voice is better sometimes than typing. But you can see that their score out of 20, it was 16 out of 20. I will read this. I will agree or disagree and edit until I am okay with the response. And then I can provide the feedback to the students. But I also give this to the students so they can get their own feedback and practice in their own writing. I hope you like this. I hope you tried a little bit of this, but this is the writing feedback. So what I want to do now is let's go and accrue. What am I doing? In here. So if we go here, there's some resources as well. This is the escape room, which is the next one. So I'm going to go and get the writing feedback chatbot that I had ready for y'all. And this is what it looks like. So I titled it Essay Grader Bot. Hold on, I had let me grab this real quick. Let me see where I put my give me 1 second. I'm trying to see where I put my because I created a sample chatbot. I don't see it. I think it's this one. I'm going to share with you this link on what I came up with Reina about the instructions. So I provided Reina, hey, we're going to need to create an essay grader bot. I need you to help me with giving me some examples of tool names. This bot is to grade. So this is a tool description. And this is for university level. I just put university because there are adult learners. You can just put professional staff, but I think university level, or you can change the level depending on the reading level that your students are at. Let me go here again. The assignment description, the rubric and feedback, and then there's also additional fields. So those are all the areas. Notice when I created this, the tool looked a little bit different. I'm going to create this here and then put, not that one. So you see how name, now it says tool name, tool description. It used to just say description. The grade level was different. The knowledge is different. So the areas just changed a little bit, but it's still basically the same thing. What I want you to do is like when I created the prompt directly with Reina, and I told it what I wanted to create. And I told it, I need you to help me with the prompt to put in this writing feedback tool. These are the areas that I need you to fill out. Tool name, and I told her, provide me several names so I can pick from one of them. Tool description. And if you go here, it tells you exactly what this is. This is a description that will be shown to educators and students when they use this tool. So I told it, give me a description that educators and students will see when they open and use the tool. Originally, when he gave me that answer, that part of the description was really long, and I told her I don't want it to be that long, just make it more concise. So I post prompt on that. The assignment description, which is the instructions for the chatbot, this would be the descriptions of the writing assignments to give AI more context. The rubric of type of feedback. So this is upload the rubric that you're going to be using. You put it in here. Now that changed a little bit, but like you see in here, I have an annotated rubric. This annotated rubric is what students are graded on when they take their GED. Is that correct, Gareth?
Yes, I believe that is the one that we talked about.
Yeah, so let me show it to you. I just grabbed it and let's see if it's this one. My internet is acting slow right now. I apologize for that, guys. Here we go. I think it's this one. Let me just bring it over. So this is the rubric that we were discussing. It gives you 3 different traits. I posted it in there. So you have trait 1, trait 2. That's not it. Okay, so it went different. It was the preview. Let me actually just open it up. But you get a sense of what the rubric is. It has the 3 traits that the students are going to be using. Wait. This is not the one that I created. Let me actually go into Reina Chatbot because I believe I used it here. And then I want to show you the conversation that I have with Reina. Yes, Julio, that's perfectly one of the focus that this session is for you to use to get them ready for GED. And it can be used for ELA. It can be used for SLA as well. One of the things that I do want to mention, and I'll do it right now, of course, because of building the content based on all the information, you want to keep it to a language. But for example, for the escape rooms that we're going to be using, when a student responds in a different language, let's say Spanish, which is the higher population that we have, the chatbot switches gears and start responding on that. And if it doesn't automatically do it, it will still understand you, but you can tell it, please respond to me, or let's do this conversation in Spanish, and it will do it. Let me see this one. I want to just teach you a little bit of what my information goes in here. So help me create this essay grader bot. Attach are the knowledge that will be used for the bot too. So like I'm telling you, in here in my head, the way that my head works is I have the ideas, but to put them together and pretty, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me because it makes it even better. Just like Mr. Crum was saying, it makes my writing better, but even to understand and make it better for the AI to understand what I'm trying to say, it's perfect. So I put everything in there. I was the score from 0 to 2 for the trait 1, score from 0 to 2 for the trait 2, and scores for, and then all the information of the traits, the description that I want, instructions for the chatbot. And then I understand, here's what I will do. I always tell it at the end of my prompt, please let me know that you understand, or like I said, don't use please. Just let me know that you understand and what are you going to do? And then, yes, I forgot to attach the documents because I did want it to attach the documents. So now I attach documents. Now it understands everything. And it goes in here into more detail. So post prompting is what I called when I'm working with the chatbot, I'm creating exactly what I want. Here in summary gradable with integrated detailed scoring criteria. Also, after certain responses, the bot should provide feedback on what was done well and what needs to be improved. Provide guidance first, and if necessary, provide examples or solutions on how the writing should be for the students struggling. Great. Below, this is what is going to happen. Yes, please. Now create the prompt at the following sections for me to fill out. So now I'm using these sections because now I noticed when I was creating this the day before yesterday that the areas changed. So please provide me with the tool name, the description, the assignment description, rubric or type of feedback, learning objective, additional instructions. Also tell me where in any of these areas I can add the files that I shared with you. So I'm specific on where I'm putting in this. So then it created a template, but it didn't give me the information. This is all about post prompting until you want. Well, now this is great, but fill out with the information that we worked together before. And now it did it. Essay Grader Bot is a name, the description of the tool. To me, that was still a little bit lengthy. So I did tell it to be more concise. Assignment description. The rubric, we'll be using the rubric. And then in here, in the rubric or type of feedback is where I attached the rubric. Learning objective, additional instructions. So in here, you could put in the tool description the essay that the students wants if you want to put it in there. But I will just say, just give them the essay side by side so they can do it. The way that this is built right now, this is built for the students to provide the essay and the prompt. So I am going to share this template with you so you can have it and tweak it as you wish. So I'm going to open this. This is how you share a template. I'm going to put it in public. Then I'm going to copy it. The link is copied, and I'm going to put it here and put template for writing feedback tool. I think I can link it. Save. So you just click on it, copy and paste it, and you have it. Oh my God. So I'm going to preview it as a student. I'm going to go a little bit quicker because I only have 26 minutes. But I feel like you all got a better lengthy information of what we're doing. The chatbot for AI, it's super simple to create too. Garrett, I'm also going to rework with a resource folder. So I'm going to recreate it with more specific things, and I'll share it with you so you can just send them an email with the whole resource folders and the slides. Are you okay with that?
I think so, yes.
Perfect. Thank you. So this is what it looks like, the Essay Grader bot. What I do want to do in here now is, let me see where I put. No, so the way that I shared, like in here, the way that I share the tool, let me go back so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me think in here actually. If we go into invite students, you share this with your students. If you use Google Classroom, you can just post it there. You can just join with the link and just copy it. or you can put a QR code and then they can use it that way. So I'm going to put this link, and this is exactly what your students will do. You click on the link, it opens a tab, and it takes them to your room. Students don't have to pay for anything. And we don't want them to access Magic School unless they're being a teacher. So in here, what they will just have access to this room and the tools that you put inside of the room. So they will have to type their name. They will join the room, and then it gives them the Magic School AI usage responsibility for them to read and understand that your teacher can see your activities. Math answers are not reliable. Interacting with AI takes practice. AI is a tool, not a replacement for your thinking. Monitor for bias and accuracy, and protect privacy. So then you acknowledge, and since there's only one tool in here, it automatically takes them to the Easy Grader bot. So what I want to do now, I want to add the essay samples that Garrett shared with me, and I had them open, but I think I closed them. Open with. It's not it. I have so many slides open. Oh, there it is. So I have the essay samples, and I'm going to put just in here is the essay that I read. Then I'm going to provide you with my response. Gareth, remind me one more time, what passage were the responses that you share about 4, 8, or 5?
It was
5.
Perfect. So this is the
so there's the
2 passages.
the 2 passages, and they have to respond and pick which one they feel is the most has the strongest argument.
Correct. Now, I should have told it. I'm going to provide you with the passage first, and then I'm going to, okay, so now I'm going to provide you with the prompt or the question prompt, and then with my response so you can give me feedback. Now, if you don't want your students to do all this, then just attach the passage and attach the prompt in the chatbot creation itself. So here is extended. And trying to, is it this one? I think it is. Can this be integrated to an LMS so students don't have to create a separate? So it's not integrated with an LMS unless you pay. And I like free versions. So Leanne, they don't have to create a separate login. They just need to type their name. The only one that needs to log in is you. Extended responses, I think they're here. No. So Gareth, I'm having trouble finding the responses. Are they under the essay examples or are they on the extended response document?
So in the essay examples documents, everything after page 1 is examples of essay responses.
Thank you. I should have just looked in there.
So there's 13 already provided.
You're amazing. Thank you. So I'm just going to show you some of the responses. So let's grab the response number 2. And then I'm just going to paste it here. And this is one of the student responses. And then after that, I'm going to grab another one. It gives you right there. So your students are getting this. Remember, I put the GED already extended response feedback in there and the rubric are there. And it's providing the student with areas of strength, areas of growth, general feedback, and on the writing mechanics. So there are the 3 areas that the AI will focus, but it's also focusing on those 3 tiers that we provide the rubric for. I feel this is going to help the students themselves. Remember when we were talking about the automatic feedback, but also you can create it yourself just so you can get that second eyes, second raters. Now let's move on to the interactive assessment and digital escape room. So what it will do, I know that theory is very important, but what I feel is when people get engaged, especially if we trigger something that they like, they will be focusing more and paying attention and learning. So this is a sample of what a chatbot looks like. And I'm going to, so this is the sample of the thinkings of it. Everything that I put here on the top and I will be sharing this with you as well in brackets, so you just put it in there and it's built within the rest. So it grabs from there. So first thing, if we want to theme it, we put the theme in here. And that's if we want one theme. But we can type in here, ask students a question on what theme they would like to base the escape room on. So then the first thing to do, they will ask the student. And then when they pick a theme, where you see theme throughout, it's replaced by the theme they picked, or it's replaced by the theme you pick. The standards in here. So we do have some standards for GED. Put the standards in here, either for any subject that you want the questions to be created. The question counts, how many questions do you want in there? I think 10 is a good number. You can put less. If you go over that, then it might be boring or too much for students. We don't want to bore them. I'd rather them go at it again and do another game than get to 20 questions and they're just bored and they don't finish. Remember, they're trying to escape. Victory phrase. That's my favorite part because then we can tell if the student actually escaped or not. The victory phrase is something that you create and you put it here, a phrase or a word, so the student can tell you afterward, or they can post it to you directly in a chat. And then you can provide them some reward, maybe like 5 points or candy or something. I know they're not in elementary school, but if you provide a reward, it's more enticing for them. So in here,
candy for adults.
Well, yeah. Well, some adults should not be eating candy too, because it's not healthy. So I don't say I shouldn't be eating candy. And my dad is diabetic and he shouldn't be eating candy. So I'm just saying. The question count, only provide this word. So you'd see, only provide the word once the user had achieved the end of the question count and he'll start and still has life remaining. And then the knowledge base, if you have any knowledge base that is additional, you can put it in here. You can type in here attached as a document, and then it will know the knowledge base of whatever you want to put in here. This is the information, the student introduction, and it will be the first thing I will tell to the student. Welcome, Explorer. You're about to enter whatever theme, escape room, about whatever standards. You have 3 chances to answer the question correctly, get through it. This is the structure of the game. It has 3 levels. So depending on the responses, it might be getting to higher level thinking. They have 3 attempts. 3 attempts per question before we start, but actually this is not per question. 3 lives or 3 attempts before game restart. Only 3 wrong answers per game. See, I always keep on finding stuff that I want to change just so it works better. Immediate dictate feedback after every response, even if it's correct or incorrect. I feel like sometimes they pick the correct answer and they really didn't know why. And then age appropriate, theme scenario description, everything is here. So you will get this. You can add it and change it, do whatever you want. This is for you. So if we go in here, I think this is a sample of the, actually, this is the science one. I want to show you. Let's go into my MagicStudent and my rooms. You can see I have a lot of rooms already created. I go here into last edited so I can get the most accurate. And was it this one, the one I created? Did I change it? I'm going to go in there and show you. So the tool that I use for this one is the custom chatbot tool. And I'm going to click on edit room so you can see it. See, I'm giving them the option in here to select. So student types prefer themes, chooses a suggestion. So I'm going to change this and put ask student what theme they want for their escape room. So all in here, it's just created. Everything is just copy pasted like I put it there before. What I'm going to show you is that by votes, give me a happy face if you want us to theme the sample first as the Golden Girls, or give me a thumbs up if you want it themed as Friends. And if you don't pick, I'm going to pick. I'm probably going to pick Golden Girls because I really love the Golden Girls.
It's looking pretty tied.
I don't see it. It doesn't tell me. I don't see the chat. It's not updating the chat. So Gareth, you're going to have to tell me what it is.
I think we're gonna go with Golden Girls because I think
Okay.
I've seen more smiley faces and thumbs up.
Theme it to the Golden Girls. And one of the things that I wanted to show you, and I think I am sharing my sound. This is what I mean by the read aloud.
Welcome to the Golden Girls themed escape room.
Can you hear it?
Get ready for some fun math challenges inspired
Yep.
by our favorite friends from Miami.
So that's one of the voices, and I like to select this voice usually for like when I do it Indiana Jones style because it's a fancy little accent. But you can change the voice, and it can be like a lady. And I think there's 2 ladies in the voices selection. So it's welcome to the Golden Girls. You complete all 3 questions, then press start. This has emojis built throughout it, and I told it to do it. So the cheesecake dilemma. The girls are having cheesecake party. They have 12 slices of cheesecake, and if they share the cheesecake equally among all 4 friends, how many slices? So you can select, you can actually type the number of slices or type A, B, C, or D. So they have 4. That should be B. But you see how the theory and the theming and the language is there? When I did it, Golden Girls before, it says, picture this. That was like one of my favorite phrases ever in that. So nice. Oh, wait. Well, I guess math is not correct because it should have been total number of slices is 12 and the number of friends is that should be 3 slices per friend. All right. So then
Half
it
a
gives you
slice. It
Huh?
says half a slice of cheesecake, doesn't it?
where it did say
And
that.
right there, it says the total number, is that 12 or I can't read it. Is it 12 or half?
When you divide 12 slices
Oh, it's
by
12.
4 friends, you get 3. So like sometimes math might not be really that accurate, but it's still fun for the students to do. And you can always post prompt and tell it, hey, it is right. Blanche is raising flowers. She has 24 flowers and wants to make bouquets with 6 flowers in each basket. So if you did incorrectly, let's say 3, it will tell you that you're wrong and it will tell you why, because it is built to be the feedback. Now, I always suggest when you're creating it, test it like we're doing right now. Test it out. That way, you know that it's providing you correct. Now, we're going to be using it for ELA. It can provide themed sentences to rewrite them or to ask them to write something if you add the standards. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to share this with you as well. I'm going to share the template. Public, copy. And I'm going to try to open. Yeah, very good. Escape room template. I actually started calling this MagicScape because I'm using Magic School. And there's other great tools that can be used for this, but I just feel more comfortable with Magic School. That's what I've been using. I've used School AI, but I like the environment of Magic School and what it can do. I'm gonna, I did show you the insights of it. So I'm gonna go into edit room just one last time. And remember, you have the tool name, the tool description, the grade level. And then I put in here all the TEKs for math, because that's what I wanted it to base on. So if you see, remember that I told you on the top, I put the standards in here for addition and subtractions for 3rd grade. It's everything that I put in there. I'm going to share that document. I'll work on it together this weekend so I can give it to Gareth. And then by Monday, you should have the best put together resource folder with the slides and everything. You don't have to use Google account for your email. You can use any email. It does have integration with Google, so you just press Google and sign in, but you can just create a login with any email and create a password. Perfect. So let me go back to the slides. If I remember where they were. I have so many things open right now. This one. Well, I'm going to bring this one here because I do have them open here. And so the things about the digital escape room is that we're using that custom chatbot to create the escape room. We are setting that conditional logic and providing feedback and hints for progression. I really believe that it's important to provide feedback after every responsive, either if it's correct or incorrect. You can use different types of puzzle. Like right now you saw multiple choice, but you can do text input. And remember, I put it in 3 levels. You don't have to do 3 levels. You can take that out and just tell it either to do text input or multiple choice. As it progresses with the correct answers in the multi-level, it does change from multiple choice to text input to matching logic. So remember, just change the instructions to make it better suited for you and your students. tie the puzzles to lesson content because we're aligning it to the standards. Or let's say that you want them to read the passage and put in there, and you can tell the chatbot, provide the passage first, then theme it, and then ask questions that are themed from the passage with the prompt and how they have to respond. Use clear answer formats. That's not really necessary 100% in here because it's more like when you're using escape rooms with Google Forms. But I'll take that out as well. So we already showed you, I showed you the step-by-step how to create. In here in the slides, I have 2 other ones that are created specifically. This is a Cave of Wonders, is more like an Indiana style theme one. And then this one is a MagicScape waterscape space that I created when I did a training at Eastie. And then again, some samples in here. So now, this is your mission, because we're going to be selecting. I too would love to see each and every one of you here back when we meet again for the second session. I want you to spend a few minutes this week exploring the newest MagicStudent tools. Explore everything in there. Find out things that work for you. You can even create songs if you want to for your students. I don't know if your students will be up for getting songs like that, but build the chatbots that we created. Creative writing feedback, start using them with your students. Create an escape room and start using it with your students. And be ready to share what you created in the follow-up session. Give me the feedback. Give us a feedback of what your students saw, what they felt, what you went through. What were some of the hurdles? What were some of the aha moments? Everything when we're doing, because we're all learning in here. This is very important for us as educators. We're always learning. And again, feel free to reach out on my socials. You can send me an email. I'll be so happy to answer. I'm sure the guys here are willing to answer any questions. If it's technical stuff, I don't know the technical stuff with the programs that you have, so just reach out to the tech department for that. But yes, please make sure you spend some time this week on creating, on learning. Just dive in there. You already know how to talk to a chatbot. So don't focus only on Reina. Go to ChatGPT, go to Copilot, go to Claude AI. There's so many out there. Start immersing yourself with talking to AI. It's our future. And if we're really not buying into AI, AI is not going to replace us as teachers. Seriously, it's not. But we could be replaced with people that are embracing AI. And that's very important. I want you to be in the forefront. I want you to be there, and not only for you, because you're going to make your life so much easier when you're using this. Do it for your students. This is a tool that is going to be in their toolbox forever. So if you have any questions, connect with me. I do have some YouTube. I have a YouTube channel I use for instructional technology department, but in here, it's a link of all of some of the trainings that I've created in instructional technology. So I'm going to copy it and just paste it in here. And you can go in there and look at some of the trainings that I've created. I will share this slideshow with everyone. You will have access to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. So Twitter will be everything that has to do with instructional technology and my jobs. Instagram is all about my travels. So if you want to see it and you want to get to know me a little bit better, you can see all the crazy stuff that I do. It's not that crazy, but you can see a lot of the fun that I have. I do try to enjoy my life. And you can email me at valentin.guerra@gmail.com and let's have a conversation. Let's make this happen for you. And I hope I will see you soon. Now I'm going to turn it back to the amazing people. And I'm sure you're going to provide them some more information about the next session. But thank you everyone for being here and listening and learning.
Thank you so much, Valentin. That was incredible. Lots of information. It was great. Yes, so as he mentioned, there is a part 2 to Magic School. So hopefully you guys accept his mission and get in there and play with it. Try some things to come back for the second session which is August 22nd. And it's in the PD portal to register. Registration is open. And then I have put the session evaluation link in the chat. So please fill that out and provide us your valuable feedback. I'm sure Valentine will appreciate that as well.
Yes.
And
if you liked it, my name is Valentin Guerra. If you did not like it, if you didn't like my personality, my name is Gareth Winfield.
oh, thank you. Thank you guys all for being here today. If you have any questions, please let us know.
Thank you, everyone. You guys were an amazing group. I love seeing your responses.
Valentine, I am Gilbert Flores.
Yes, I know Gilbert Flores.
He's one of my students.
Oh,
in
no
the past.
way.
I taught him computer science.
Oh my God.
And he's come out and helped me fix my computer a few times.
Oh, he's such a good human being. I love Gilbert.
So, but like I said, I was at one time the entire technology department and
Oh, wow.
the very first person while being a math teacher.
Wow.
And computer science at the same time. So, and it was with PSJA. I was there for 45 years.
Awesome.
So just thought you'd like to know that.